Hello everyone and welcome back to another awesome episode of CVTV. I'm James.
And I'm Nathan, and we have a spectacular show for you today. With schedules of students flooding with work and school, it can be hard to make a difference in this world.
That's what Mad Week is here for. Let's take a deeper look into it.
Mad Week is our week-long event where Sabercat community participates in different events and donates to raise money for charity of your choice. This year, the student body selected the Save the Rainforest as our Mad Week charity. We got the opportunity to interview the head of the organization for Save the Rainforest, Bruce Calhoun, and ask him about the impact that Mad Week has on him.
One of my favorite things is the interaction with people like you, students and schools around the country. I also get great satisfaction working with the wonderful conservationists who are in the front lines, working with indigenous people, especially in the Amazon.
With our help, we are able to help the environment and indigenous people by reaching our goal.
So we can pass that along to the people working on the ground that are working with the Sikapai and other indigenous people to give them the tools they need to protect their rainforest from incursion and destruction.
On February 6th, we kicked off Mad Week with an assembly where students had the chance to donate and learn more about the charity. Then, during advisement, all week, a dodgeball tournament was held where people could donate money to watch. Pancakes were sold at $1.50 every morning. Monday, there was a unified basketball game, and Wednesday was a talent show. Food nights were held at local restaurants and part of the proceeds for Save the Rainforest. Our overall goal was to raise $40,000. On Thursday, the 16th, we will have our Mad Week closing assembly.
Man, what a fun way to be kind and help out the world.
Next up, I'll be showing you guys some insights on Colorado's weather. Hey Sabercats! Today, I'm going to show you guys some inside opinions about Colorado's weather. Enjoy!
Colorado. It's so complete 180. Puerto Rico is extremely humid all year long.
Yeah.
High weathers on the coast mostly, so above 70, 80 degree all the time. It gets even hotter between noon and about 3 p.m. It can get to 90 or 100 sometimes. It rains a lot. I'm from Puerto Rico. My first 28 years, so I moved from there in 2009. I like the weather here because it varies a lot. You can actually have all 4 seasons here. So you can have the cold winters, you can have the blooming in the spring, you can have the summer with the heat.
My name is Carson Rinter. I am from Texas. I lived there for 3 years. Texas is much warmer and just overall better. I do not like Colorado's weather. It is way too cold and I do not like the snow. It sucks. It was super cold. I hated it. I didn't want to be here. The weather was too off. It needed to stick to a schedule.
I'm originally from Utah. Lived there for 13 years and then moved here 7th grade. I like the weather a lot because something I found really interesting is the weather changes up a lot. So it'll be cold this morning and then throughout the day it'll probably be a bit sunnier. My reaction here is I was surprised when I saw the weather changed up, but I was honestly pleasantly surprised because I love how it can change up. Well, it depends what time it is. Like, if it's like fall, I think I'd rather be in Utah because it's the perfect temperature. Like, it's perfect sweater weather. But if it's like winter, I'd probably be here because I'm not really like the cold.
I think it's good in the summer, like in May and June, but during the winter it gets a little old when it snows until May. I guess it's diverse. You never know what the next day is gonna have.
With Valentine's Day coming up, Colin wanted to show us some of the fun treats he made for the festive day of love.
Let's take a look. Legend says that Valentine's Day was invented way back in 3rd century Rome. This holiday is named after a mysterious man known as Saint Valentine. During this time, Emperor Claudius II, the big bad guy of this story, made a law that only young single men could join the military, not married men with children. In order to make sure he could have as many young soldiers as possible, he banned marriage for them. But in secret, Saint Valentine defied Claudius and assisted young people with getting married. But then they found out, and then he died. The end.
Nowadays, Valentine's Day is celebrated by showing your loved ones your appreciation by giving them gifts like chocolate, stuffed animals, flowers, things like that to show your love to your loved ones. Or you can even confess your feelings to someone you have feelings for. Or you can spend the day alone because you don't have a Valentine's Day date. Instead of spending Valentine's Day this year crying in a corner wondering why I'm still single, I'm going to show you something that you can use for this Valentine's Day and then cry in a corner wondering why I'm still single. Today we are going to be making some red velvet brownies.
But Colin, why red velvet?
Well, Ethan, it's because red velvet cakes were actually popularized as symbols of fertility and new life on Valentine's Day. You know, all of a sudden this doesn't sound too fun anymore. First step, you preheat your oven. You can't bake in a cold oven. Next, you're going to take your pan here. This is a 9-inch pan, and you're going to want to put the aluminum inside of it. Your bittersweet chocolate bar. It's 1.5 sticks of butter. That did not cut the way I wanted it to. Into the microwave we go. Alrighty, now our chocolate mixture is all good to go. So that's going in our mixing bowl right here. You grab your sugar and just toss that in there. Boom. There's one dead chicken. This is baking powder. Alright, now we're going to take our little whisk here, and we're just going to give this just a little mix. We don't want to mix it too much. Add a little more. Alrighty, next up, this is red food coloring. You do not want to add too much of this, otherwise the entire thing is going to taste like food coloring, and it's not a very pleasant taste, let me tell you. But we do want it red enough, that way it's not just a wood-colored thing, because no one wants to eat wood. Unless you're 6-year-old me, then you would want to eat wood for some reason. Now we can blend this up. We go ahead and you can take our pan from earlier, and then we take our cooking spray here. We're just going to spray the inside. Alright, now that that's all sprayed up, we're just going to go ahead and pour this mixture in there. This is completely optional, you do not have to do this, but I like a bit of variety in my brownies. So, this is dark chocolate chips. Or sorry, not chips. Alrighty, now we're going to take our mixture here, and we're going to put this in our oven. Reminder to put this in at 350 degrees. Let's take the rest of the butter that we didn't use earlier. Second ingredient, this is cream cheese. There we go. We're just gonna add in our powdered sugar. Our brownies are done. Let's go ahead and take these out the oven. There we go. Beautiful.
And that was the last segment of today's show. We appreciate you watching.
If you like this show, please be sure to check out more at cvstudentmedia.com or on our Instagram page at cvstudentmedia. And once again, I'm James.
And I'm Nathan, and we will see you all next time.
Peace!